Hey guys, Jordan with the Young Turks and TYT Politics. Hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to talk about something that is more glaring. It's not a specific leak, but it's more the overarching fact that these emails, part 33, but dating back to the first few parts, these emails, Colt, Jordan, there's no excuse. Okay, thanks, Colt. These emails directly show that Hillary Clinton's campaign coordinated with her super PACs. If we are a nation of laws, Citizens United, which is a complete monstrosity, which is a complete joke, which is completely poisoned and tainted our elections, our politics, within that law, you are not allowed to coordinate with super PACs. Now, everybody knows that's BS. Everybody knows that the campaigns do coordinate with the super PACs. But if you get caught, it's against the law. This is what Citizens United says. I don't have it in front of me, but campaigns cannot communicate, cannot coordinate, cannot be active with their super PACs. And you see it all the time in presidential debates. When asked about super PAC ads, this and that, Hillary Clinton, you saw it in 2012 with Romney, with Obama. Well, I don't know anything about that. That's not my campaign. That's the super PAC. Well, the WikiLeaks have shown Hillary Clinton's campaign directly setting up meetings with super PACs, with its super PACs. They have several super PACs. Correct the Record, which is run by David Brock, who's a real sleazeball, has been a Clinton hatchet man for many, many years. Originally was anti-Clinton and worked against her, but then became BFFs with Clinton. They coordinated with David Brock's Correct the Record. They coordinated with Priorities USA. So there's been emails where John Podesta is setting up calls with these super PACs, is setting up meetings with these super PACs. There's also emails where Hillary Clinton is on the email chain where they're talking about this. So this is black and white. This is not like, oh, it appears they coordinated. They coordinated. Should they be hung by the guillotine? No. But if we're a nation of laws, if Citizens United, if the defenders of Citizen United say, oh, well, it's not so bad because, well, they can't coordinate. Well, what is all this then? Why is it that, this isn't about Hillary Clinton. Why is it that Hillary Clinton or people in her stratosphere get to break the law? It's shown that they're breaking the law, and there's no consequences. I haven't seen a damn thing about this. Granted, I was away for a week. I barely had any TV. I didn't have Wi-Fi. I didn't have cell service. I was working 20 hours a day at Standing Rock, so I'm a little detached. But correct me if I'm wrong. Have you seen the fact that they were coordinating with super PACs on in the New York Times, and on CNN, on anywhere? I haven't. It's almost like, oh yeah, you know, so be it. They broke the law. Ooh, who do you think's going to win Nevada? I mean, it is. When you compare this to what's going on in Standing Rock, where police are literally reinventing the law as they go with no consequences, so that's police brutality, that's assault, that is the wild, wild west, as I show you repeatedly in video after video in Standing Rock, which I hope, like I said, you'll go watch. When you compare this to Hillary Clinton's campaign in emails, oh, I know, Russia hacked them. I know, that's all we should focus on. In emails, setting up calls with Priorities USA, setting up meetings with the super PACs. Clinton campaign people saying, oh, I'll contact Brock, David Brock, who runs Correct the Record, see what he says. Oh, maybe we should get Brock or somebody from Priorities USA out there. Am I in the twilight zone, folks? This is kind of like my dual role as a reporter and a commentator. Because as a reporter, it's very important to me to get the information right. It's very important to me to expose corruption. It's very important to me that if I do those things, maybe I could implement change. Maybe I could create change, right? But as a reporter, I'm thinking to myself, well, isn't it supposed to be like you look at Woodward and Bernstein, which I think are the most overrated journalists of all time. I think Watergate was great, but they haven't done anything since then. That's a whole other topic. They've been living off this for years, but God bless them. Okay, this is like if Woodward and Bernstein exposed Watergate, and the rest of the media and the political elites just said, okay, thanks for letting us know. And Nixon, there was no consequences. I'm not comparing coordinating with super PACs to Watergate, but I'm saying It used to be in America that if you broke the law, whether it's murdering someone or just your standard political corruption, you went to jail. You were, not able to run for president. There were consequences. The media would cover it. What happened? I know Donald Trump is a threat to humanity and is deplorable and all these things. And, I'm hit every day that I'm trying to elect Trump because I have the audacity not to cover him 24/7 and to offer something else. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't want him to win. I think he is deplorable. Strategically, I think 4 years of Donald Trump might be a little better to get a progressive elected in 4 years. However, I don't want him to be president. So you guys know that. That's that. But when does it get to a point where if people break the law, whether it's exposed by hacked emails or not, they're held accountable? When does it happen where the media covers it? I mean, Rachel Maddow. I'm going to bring up Rachel Maddow because Rachel Maddow used to have some integrity. I have not seen anything on Rachel Maddow about this super PAC coordination. I have not seen anything on John Oliver. And folks, correct me if I'm wrong. I've been out of the loop for a week. I've really watched no TV. I haven't been able to follow my Twitter or WikiLeaks, but where I come from, common sense, if this was being reported, it would be a big story because they broke the law. So if Citizens United is a real thing and there's real law attached to it, they broke the law. And Donald Trump did too, which I'm going to get to. So that's my take on it. Now I'm going to tell you the news element, because Jill Stein just filed a FEC complaint against Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, which I tweeted out earlier. So let me read that to you. Today, Monday, November 7th, Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein filed a complaint at the Federal Election Commission in Washington, D.C., against both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton for illegal coordination with their super PACs. Under current FEC regulations, super PACs, known technically as independent expenditure-only committees and colloquially as dark money groups, may raise unlimited sums of money from corporations, unions, and individuals, but are not permitted to contribute to or coordinate directly with parties or candidates. Such coordination would be functionally equivalent to an in-kind donation to the campaign from these dark money groups. And by the way, we've heard from Hillary Clinton the whole campaign, we need to get unaccountable dark money out of politics. The Stein press release continues. Stein's complaint outlined a body of evidence indicating that the Clinton campaign has illegally coordinated activities with super PACs such as Correct the Record, Priorities USA Action, and American Bridge 21st Century, while the Trump campaign has improperly coordinated activities with super PACs such as Rebuilding America Now, Make America Number One, and Great America PAC. In her complaint, Stein referred to several instances revealed through leaked emails and memos that appeared to show coordination between Hillary Clinton and several super PACs, including Correct the Record, a super PAC headed by longtime Clinton ally and former GOP operative David Brock. One section of a July 2015 campaign memo addressed to Hillary Clinton instructed, quote, work with CTR, Correct the Record, and DNC, Democratic National Committee, to publicize specific GOP candidate vulnerabilities. Leaked emails also reveal meetings between the campaign and Priorities USA Action, and that campaign officials have helped with the group's fundraising. Regarding the Trump campaign, two of the candidates' senior staffers formed the Rebuilding America Now super PAC, almost immediately after leaving the campaign, in violation of FEC rules requiring a 120-day, quote, cooling off period, intended to keep former staffers from using their knowledge of a campaign strategy and needs to develop ads for an independent group. The complaint also detailed the Trump campaign's dealings with the Mercer family, who has poured millions of dollars into the pro-Trump super PAC Make America Number One, and has evidently exerted undue influence in the hiring of senior campaign staffers and the use of data analytics. Mercer is a gigantic hedge fund guy, for the record. Quote, as the one candidate in this race who does not take money from corporations or super PACs, I am in a unique position to call for the enforcement of election laws, which are already too lax on letting big money influence our political choices, said Dr. Jill Stein. As an independent party presidential candidate, Stein may establish what is known as competitor standing to seek enforcement of federal election law against these violations. Quote, The ever-increasing amounts of money in politics are a major reason why the establishment parties have become so wildly out of touch with the needs of the American people. We expect to have to resolve this in federal court and are prepared to do so. Filing this complaint against the Trump and Clinton campaigns is just one step towards getting big money out of politics so we could get the people back in. So that was from Jill Stein today. It was filed to the Federal Election Commission against Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. So this isn't only Hillary Clinton. But I always say, I mean, is it really that surprising with Donald Trump? I mean, should I lead with Donald Trump that he would do this illegal stuff? I mean, nobody is under the guise that Donald Trump is the bastion of democracy and Donald Trump is going to get money out of politics. I think what's really surprising, it's bigger than Hillary Clinton, it's bigger than Donald Trump. What's really surprising is we no longer live in a country based on laws for everyone, because politicians and candidates are getting away with corruption, bribery at a record pace. If you remember former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, he was convicted. He was about to be sent to prison for a very, very long time for taking bribes and taking gifts as governor and then giving back favor. Supreme Court overturned his sentence. He's free. You think that would happen to me? You think I'd get off for doing the same thing? You think if I was accepting gifts, I mean, obviously I wouldn't go to jail forever, but you think if I was accepting gifts from sources or, people I was covering and then giving them favorable coverage, you think the Young Turks would keep me on? Maybe I wouldn't go to jail, but there would be consequences. It's unbelievable. I mean, and this isn't even to get to like the stuff with the Clinton Foundation in these emails, which I'll have more of that in my separate video. There are no rules anymore. There are no laws that govern everybody. In North Dakota, you could arrest people without rights. You could illegally break into people you arrest car without a warrant and steal things, which I just showed in an interview I did. You could illegally strip search women. You could withhold medication from people you've arrested. The woman I just interviewed, which is up on the channel, she shared a story of I think a middle-aged to older woman who has diabetes and had her insulin withheld to the point where her glucose levels, I don't know if it's glucose or whatever the levels are for diabetes, went over 400, which is dangerously close to an emergency. You could illegally fly your plane in a no-fly zone if you're North Dakota State Police. You could illegally fly your plane at night without lights. You could you could stage a riot, your riot stage where you're going to shoot rubber bullets at people, mace people. You could stage that standing on top of Native American land. This is just in North Dakota. Now we're getting to the political thing. So in America, with the politicians, you could coordinate with super PACs, which is essentially giving a campaign an endless amount of additional resources and advertising that they don't have to spend a dime on their actual federal their federally monitored campaign committee. So Hillary for America is the official campaign. Priorities USA, Correct the Record is a separate. And again, Donald Trump did the same thing, so this is to both of them. But there's no rules. So if the media was doing its job and was following the WikiLeaks and reporting all the WikiLeaks that raised red flags, she might, honestly, I'm not speculating, she possibly might have been disqualified because her campaign broke the law, right? So when Chris Christie clearly knows and orchestrates a bridge being shut down between New York City and New Jersey as political retribution to a mayor who wouldn't help him out in New Jersey, yeah, his subordinates go to jail. But since there's no actual emails showing he was orchestrating it, Chris Christie, it's all good. He could still go and get Donald Trump his Big Mac at McDonald's, which we know he's been doing. He's been kind of Donald Trump's laundryman for the last few months. There are no laws to hold the powerful accountable. So I want to know, screw if Hillary Clinton wins, if Donald Trump wins, doesn't matter at this point. What happens when they're president? And there's no accountability for them as candidates. So can they do whatever the hell they want as president? And nobody, with no consequences? right? Can they start wars without going to Congress, which we've been doing since Bush? Can they enrich themselves personally while using the perch of the presidency, which Hillary Clinton did while she was Secretary of State, helping her husband to get paid speeches and their family enriching themselves? We all know Donald Trump's foundation is a scam. How do we know Donald Trump's not going to make decisions as president to help the Trump Foundation, but more importantly, the Trump real estate business? This is an oligarchy to standards to the extent that we have never seen before. And there's no accountability. And nobody else seems mad about it. So, in America, if you're a Native American or a non-Native, if you want to swim across a river, right, to go pray, you want to go pray on a hill across a river to pray where your ancestors are buried, because the night before, private mercenaries were standing on top of the hill where your ancestors are buried. You're going to get pepper sprayed in the face, you're going to get shot with rubber bullets, and you're going to get arrested for trying to pray. But if you coordinate and break law that was created, that the Supreme Court ruled on, we're stronger together. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. And again, believe it or not, folks, I don't really have anything against. I personally, I don't lose sleep over Hillary Clinton. I think I don't agree with her policies. I don't agree with. I think she is conning America into thinking she's one thing versus not. But I don't wish ill will on Hillary Clinton. I don't wish ill will on anyone. There's maybe two people I wish ill will. One of them's dead. Adolf Hitler. I'm a Jew. So this isn't like a personal, rampage that I have against Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump, maybe. But this is bigger than the 2016 election. We have stumbled into a zone where laws don't matter anymore for the powerful. They haven't mattered for a long time, as Cenk and the Young Turks has been illustrating for years. Laws don't matter. Corruption doesn't matter. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop fighting against it, because I do believe in a day where these people are going to be held accountable. And I will be standing on top of the hill raising the flag when that happens. But her campaign broke the law. I mean, it's very clear. And I've been reporting on it for weeks now with WikiLeaks. Donald Trump's campaign broke the law. But Hillary Clinton's campaign is more egregious because we haven't had a flood of thousands of emails showing Donald Trump's campaign's illegal activity. Trust me, if that came out, I'm sure we'd have just as many illegal activities. Donald Trump's no choir boy. But where is the Federal Election Commission? And this isn't, by the way, this isn't even to mention the emails that came out showing the Department of Justice was tipping off Hillary Clinton's campaign to, this part of the investigation, this is going to be revealed tomorrow. Loretta Lynch meeting on a plane with President Clinton for a half hour, talking about the grandkids. A week later, Hillary Clinton is found that she's not going to be indicted, right? Brian Fallon, who's Hillary Clinton's press secretary, used to be at the DOJ. He's getting emails tipping him off to the Department of Justice activities. President Obama, it's his Department of Justice, his chief of staff meeting with John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, throughout the campaign. You think they were talking about surfing? This is all coordination. This is all the revolving door. This is the rigged system, whether it's against Bernie Sanders or whether it's against you. And it's wrong. It's wrong, whether it's Hillary Clinton or anyone else. And you know what? If it came out, by the way, that this was Bernie Sanders or someone that I happen to like or you might like, I'd be doing the same thing, because I don't care if it's Hillary Clinton. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. But Amy Goodman said it well. This is not a democracy without freedom of the press and journalism, and there is no journalism going on anymore, okay? Because journalism is not about, all right, let me withhold this information because it's pretty bad for Clinton, and I don't want to be held accountable if Donald Trump becomes president. That's propaganda. That's being fraudulent. You don't withhold information. You don't go easy because, bigger picture, Donald Trump's a threat to humanity. No. As a journalist, it's your job to shine the truth, to expose corruption, and you're not supposed to be looking to make friends. I have no interest in making friends. Frankly, the only way you know you're doing your job well as a journalist is if people are angry at you, if people don't like you. And not a lot of people like me in terms of the establishment. I'm growing a reputation, which I'm quite happy about. So, illegal activity all over the place. Today is the final day before the election. WikiLeaks is out. I'm going to do more on the Young Turks YouTube page. I'm going to go through more of the WikiLeaks. You can follow it on Twitter. And I'll be up on the Young Turks page fairly soon. Again, I ask you very kindly, please go on youtube.com/TYT Watch as many of the Standing Rock videos. Emma did some great videos while I was gone on WikiLeaks. Eric's around the country doing videos on Donald Trump. We're at, I think, 108,000 subscribers now, so well past 100,000, which was my goal by the election. We're moving forward. TYT Politics, believe it or not, is actually the fastest channel in TYT history to reach 100,000 subscribers. So that's because of you. I will be meeting with Jenks soon to discuss after the election. I'll be staying with the Young Turks, so I'm very happy about that. And I'm going to keep on shining the truth, whether people like it or not, because there's a lot of corruption going on. There's no legality or legal standards to hold these people accountable. And that's not the world we should live in. And that's not the country we should live in. Because if we have to follow the law, so do they. Thanks for watching.